see a lot of packets here. Say for example, this banana chips. This is exported to other countries.
This is exported to all the countries.
Okay. This one goes in the name of Modern Kitchens.
Yes.
Okay. And where do you do the packaging system?
We have these facilities we have in our factory.
In your factory.
Yes, yes.
And normally, some of the industries, they used to produce the food and they used to send that as a bulk, whereas the packing will be done in the appropriate countries over there.
That is because earlier the packing technology was not available in India.
Okay.
Now all these packing machines are available in India, both manufactured in India as well as you can freely import it. For example, this particular packet, this is just an plain banana chips, what you would, in Kerala, the roadside they make it and sell it on the spot.
Yeah.
Now we developed the required type of packing for this so that we can give the necessary shelf life to the product.
Yes, exactly.
Otherwise, generally, as you know, all fried products
will go.
The freshness will be lost over a period of 10-15 days depending on the oil content.
Yeah.
Basically, the culprit in any fried product is the oil not the solids.
Solids, yeah.
So here we have, this product is packed under nitrogen. So there is no atmosphere within the packet which reacts with spoil the product. So we are able to ensure a shelf life of beyond 6 months, which is the importer's requirement.
I understand. Otherwise, the product will go smudge.
Yes, it will go what you call the oil will go oxidize
and it will give some smell and all. And nowadays, as you said, like packaging industry is also meeting the international standards which they require. As you said, like shelf life is very important for every food products. And you said, sir, like your home product is chickies and rest of some of the little products where you have associate office for doing other rest of the products. And what is your favorite product which you are putting? Obviously, you will say that every product you make is your own product.
Every product that I make in my unit is export worthy and is exported.
It's exported.
Anything beyond that list.
Okay.
Only if I can get a vendor who can make it to their standard, I introduce it to my buyers. They evaluate the product and they decide on buying it or not leaving it.
Okay.
I have introduced few types of masala powders to my customers, because basically apart from doing my own business, I feel I have a social obligation to help smaller units who are trying to come up in this food line. Otherwise, in 25 years back when we started this, there were hardly anybody in this organized sector. You would have found this ready foods in small shops packed in very unhygienic way and offered to people. We brought that concept into the market as far as my region is concerned.
Understood. And sir, like actually since you're involved into the food industry, like FCI, Food Corporation of India, used to go for all sorts of random checkup and quality check and all those things. How often you will have a check by the quality people here?
No. When we develop a product for export, we send it for necessary tests to labs and ensure that it meets with the international standards.
I see.
Yes. As you know, when we export, all our products are open for laboratory tests in the respective countries. So unless we meet that standards,
you cannot
the product will be dumped.
Okay. And to which countries you are exporting foods now?
Presently, my major exports are to USA. Next comes Australia. Then also Middle East.
All pretty good countries which you are exporting right now. And your products go directly to the shelf, or you have in between agents to
No, I have one buyer in each of this country.
I see. One buyer, okay.
Who basically, they concentrate on Indian stores or stores where the Indians visit most.
I see. I understood. Okay.
Not that we are denying our product to a Western person. Basically, the Indians go and look out for the Indian product in an Indian store. So I would say my product is available in about 900 Indian stores across US.
Fantastic. That's a nice thing to hear, and that shows how really you have worked hard to bring this present situation. And when you started the concern, you said only you and another person started this. And how many laborers were there at that period of time?
We started with in 1984 with the 3 laborers.
Okay.
And probably today, as on today, I have 30 people working for me.
Fantastic.
But basically, it was a very hard way of coming up. As you said, the today's MBAs are much better prepared theoretically about how to do business, where for us it was a trial and error throughout.
And
But today I am called by colleges where MBA courses going on
To give
lectures on on entrepreneurship
Yeah.
or export matters.
Experience is the first main
Yeah.
thing which gives you knowledge, rather than what you learn in the bookish knowledge is also important, but it's not up to the extent that you gain through the practical experience.
No, I always tell them that what we have achieved over a period of 25 years with your educational background, if you become an entrepreneur, you can achieve this over a period of 1 or 2 years.
Yes, that's the difference. Time period is the difference. Actually, are you feeling for that you have lost so many years? I don't think
No,
so.
nothing like that.
Then what?
The times were like that.
That's what.
Then only after liberalization in 1990s we could, in smaller places like this we could think of going global. Otherwise, these exports would happen from only metro cities like Delhi, and where people had access to the government to get the necessary license and all. But after liberalization in 1990, it was possible that you could go through all these systems, and in the improvement in the communication system. It is immaterial now today whether I sit in Bangalore or Delhi.
Yeah, correct.
With my mobile and with the
Internet
email
access.
arrangement, I can do my business right from any place I sit,
That's
which
correct.
was not the case.
Even nowadays, people completing after they are a good educational professional background, they work for somebody else. And because now the people have a tendency that they want only the white collar job. They don't want to get into a kind of job where they used to work. Your period of time, I can understand that you could have also worked with the laborers to bring up the your brand value, right?
No, see, in 1984, when we started this unit, if I had opted for an employment, probably I would have got a
Good
take-home salary of 700 or 800 rupees.
That's what.
Okay, even that was difficult to find because there was no much of industries in smaller places. We had to migrate to some metro cities like Bombay, Chennai, and these places. That is how we had two minds, whether to go in for a job
Or to get into
or to
the
get into
self-employment.
Then self-employment has its own risk, which even now exists,
Yes.
because the rate at which we are liberalized, the governments are not yet opened up to encourage the entrepreneurs. Yes.
That's the main important area where India has to really focus on. They have to promote good or should give good strength for the business people in form of subsidy, or for the small scale industry. They have to really help out, because only these people who are the ones who take India globally. Like I can say, he is the one who is taking the food products of Indian market to the abroad countries, like very good countries, USA, Australia and Middle East countries.